بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. We were continuing through Imam Bukhari's Adab al-Mufrad, and we explained that the purpose of these ahadith and these sayings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is so that we can improve our behavior, we can improve our mannerisms, and we can improve our dealings. So Imam Bukhari, we explained that he began with the theme of parents, and he continues this theme. So in this hadith, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's explaining to the Sahaba what are the major sins. He says, "Ala unabbi'ukum," it's a hadith of Bukhari, that "Ala unabbi'ukum bi akbaril kaba'ir." Shall I not tell you of the biggest of sins, the major sins which have been emphasized by the Prophet ﷺ that we should refrain from? So he says the first thing is al-ishraku billah, ascribing partners in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course we know the first aspect of it, that if I physically have a idol there, or I physically have something that I'm worshipping besides Allah, yes, that makes sense. We see, so many religions, they have one God and another God and another God. So for us as Muslims, we are on Tawheed, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the other type of shirk is known as shirkul khafi, the minor shirk, riya as we call it. Riya was sum'ah, that when ostentation, that when you are doing actions for a person, for an individual, it's as if they're taking the place of God. Because when you think about it, whatever action we do, if we're doing charity, we want the pleasure of Allah, right? If I'm praying, I want the pleasure of Allah. Whatever I'm doing it for the happiness of God. But now when I change that to human beings, then they are playing the role of Allah. We are trying to get their pleasure. So this is what we call shirkul khafi. So the first thing. Then he says, وَعُقُوقُ الْوَالِدَيْنِ, that disrespecting, dishonoring, not giving the place for your parents. وَعُقُوقُ الْوَالِدَيْنِ. And inshallah, tomorrow we will elaborate about what is considered عُقُوقُ الْوَالِدَيْنِ. That the dishonoring, what's considered respecting parents, what's considered disrespecting parents. Because in certain instances actually, the fuqaha say that, for example, if you're praying salah, you're praying, and your parents are with you, and they call your name, and no one else is in your home, for you at that time, it's actually mandatory for you to break your prayer and for you to go to your mother. That's how important the value of your parents are. But of course, these are strict conditions, that if no one else is in a home, etc., etc. But this is, and inshallah we will go into further detail. And thereafter he ends the hadith that فَجَلَسَ وَكَانَ مُتَّكِئًا, that he was lying down and then all of a sudden he sat up. So the Sahaba, they recognize, the companions, that he's going to say something important. Then he says, أَلَا وَقَوْلَ الزُّورِ أَلَا وَقَوْلَ الزُّورِ أَلَا وَقَوْلَ الزُّورِ. The false lies, false accusations, false witnessing. This is also one of the major things. But the point we want to emphasize is عُقُوقُ الْوَالِدَيْنِ. The dishonoring of the parents is considered as a major sin and a major crime in Islam. It's something that we have to give importance to, give reverence to, and give thought to, that am I fulfilling the rights of my parents? And inshallah tomorrow we'll elaborate more on what is considered as dishonoring and disrespecting our parents, what's considered respecting our parents. May Allah Ta'ala give us the ability to honor our parents, revere our parents, respect our parents. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.